Audio Jungle.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Mexico News Network's Breaking News. I'm your host, Elisa Carballo, and thank you for joining us today. We have excellent information for you coming right ahead, but before we start, let me remind you where we are in the beautiful heart of Riviera Maya in El Dorado Royal Spa Resort by Charisma, a gorgeous adults-only hotel in the heart of the Mexican Caribbean. Now stay informed 24/7 for information about Mexico and the entire world by logging on to our website on www.mexiconewsnetwork.com, and do not forget to follow us also on social networks on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. You'll find us as Mexico News Network. Now let's start with today's main headline stories. TAR Airlines, a regional Mexican airline, has recently incorporated the Bitcoin paying method through the payment service provider OpenPay, becoming as such the first Latin American airline to accept this relatively new currency and opening up to a wider market. The airline, in fact, took this step in order to give added value to their current as well as future customers, and also to promote the flow of tourists in the nation. One of the greatest advantages of paying with Bitcoin is that it may be more appealing for international clients, ever since there won't be any currency exchange needed during the entire process. Additionally, the paying is done through the secure platform of OpenPay, which gives customers higher benefits. Mr. Jose Calzadias, commercial manager of PR of TAR, stated that it's a real honor for TAR Airlines to have a team of developers at OpenPay who are up to the technological advances of this globalized world. This business partnership has enabled TAR to become the first airline in Latin America to accept Bitcoin and put them in the forefront of both technology and security. Therefore, it is an honor to celebrate this great technological advance with OpenPay. They will continue to evaluate new payment methods to give a real added value to their customers, quoted on a Business Wire article. Now, the business development manager at BitPay, Pablo Magro, also stated that they are very excited to start working with OpenPay to allow Mexican and Latin American companies to accept Bitcoin payments. This partnership will help expand Bitcoin adoption in the region and shows their great confidence and commitment to this particular market. Alongside TAR Airlines, all of OpenPay's merchants can easily accept Bitcoin into their platform. In other news, in 5 years' time, it is expected that we will be moving on to the 5th generation wireless technologies known as 5G. The technology is still a long way from becoming a reality. However, it has the great potential to completely change the way we interact with wireless devices, from the smartphones in our pockets up to the very cars we drive. However, before we continue, let's quickly define 5G. 5G is the name given to the next generation of wireless networks, but beyond that, it is hard to define sometimes. During a keynote address at MWCFCC, Chairman Tom Wheeler compared 5G to a Picasso painting. "I see something different than you see," he said. "I think that's where 5G is right now. It's all in the eye of the beholder." Connectivity now, as well as internet access, will not only be expected to be provided through our phones, computer, and other mobile devices. 5G technology will be installed also in cars, leading to self-driving vehicles soon to be available on the market. Communication between these cars will, of course, take place through wireless technology. Mr. Jose Otero, the Latin America and Caribbean Director of the Wireless Industry Trade Association 4G Americas, told Business Insider that by the year 2020, 62% of new cars sold will be fully equipped with full internet connectivity, according to his estimates. A study also quoted in Business Insider states that some of the features that wireless connections may eventually provide include driver assistance, safety, entertainment, well-being, and mobility management. The very same article also stated that by the year 2020, there will also be 220 million cars connected, but only 88 million of those drivers are expected to use the connected services. Now, a report from Transparency Market Research quoted by Mexican monthly Vanguardia states that it is expected that this market niche will be reaching almost $132 billion by the year 2019. In other news, global renewable energy firm Vestas Wind System is looking to develop wind energy projects in Mexico, given the country is looking to increase its reliance on renewable sources of energy. The Denmark-based firm sees Mexico as an excellent nation to invest in and is considered as an emerging market in the clean energy industry. Mexico partially opened its energy market to private investment in the year 2013 and is looking to eventually generate 35% of its generation from clean sources. This has attracted international companies such as Vestas to invest, and the Danish firm is currently targeting Mexico, hoping to increase the country's wind capacity by up to 75%. President of Vestas Mediterranean, Marco Graziano, stated in an article in Bloomberg that Vestas is looking at a different option to decide where to bid in Mexico exactly. He added that this technology is still experiencing low penetration in Mexico, so there is very good potential. Mr. Graziano also stated that his firm is planning to build 8 wind farms in Mexico, with an estimated investment of $3.5 billion by the year 2018. The company currently operates 7 wind projects in Mexico and is expecting significant results. Vestas offers their customers effective solutions to improve their business and reduce energy costs. The company's main focus is in the development, manufacturing, sale, and maintenance of wind plants. Moving along to more news, the Mexican government has forecasted an estimated 3.2% to 4.2% rate of growth in the economy by 2015. All of this is based on the figures from January this year, when the economy went through an overall 2.6% of growth when compared to the same month of the previous year, 2014. As stated by an analysis by Forbes magazine contributor Nathaniel Parrish Flannery, January 2015 yielded very positive numbers, an upside in light of the more disappointing rates of growth registered in 2013 and 2014. Now, this may be read as a possible resurfacing of the Mexican economy, following the growing impulse it got by the end of 2014, as stated by a report from Spanish economic analysis firm Focus Economics, which cites that the construction and manufacturing sectors compensating for the inferior performance of the mining sector in the last quarter of 2014. Economic data on January 2015 from Mexico's National Institute of Statistics and Geography, INEGI, indicate that the highest economic increase was in the primary sector, with a 13.4% in comparison to the same month of the previous year. This was followed by tertiary activities with a 3.1% increase, and finally, secondary activities with a 0.8% increase. Now, as cited by Flannery, INEGI's numbers also point to the Mexican construction sector growth being inferior to that of the food and beverage service sector. Luis Robles Miaja, chief of the Mexican Banking Association, stated during a banking conference in late March that the country has an opportunity to achieve dynamic and sustainable growth and, with it, the levels of development and well-being we all desire. The Mexican government's forecast coincides with the expectations published by Focus Economics of a 3.0% rate of growth only for this year. This is excellent information for all levels, especially for the economy. We'll be right back with more information on Mexico and the world of business, science, and technology after these few messages. Stay with us.
Audio Jungle.